Hi everybody, it's Robyn from robynsonlineworld.com, and I am at Robyn's World on Twitter, Instagram, all those fun places. And I'm very sorry that I couldn't make it down to the conference this weekend, the weather, and I was going to drive down from St. Louis and through all that nasty stuff, and I just didn't feel safe with that. But I still wanted to share what I've learned over the last several years about making money on your blog and working with brands. I get sponsored posts and ambassadorships, things like that. But I also work on the back end where I help brands and companies sometimes pick those other bloggers who are going to do things and run campaigns for them in the background and track all your stuff. So having a diversified way to monetize will really help you quite a bit. For me, my biggest source of income is working with brands on both sides. You can do advertising, you can do affiliate sales, you can do Twitter parties, you can do online courses, you can just really anything you want to do. You can sell content, make ebooks, all sorts of things. Do consulting work for other people. I do that as well. So Anne asked me to talk about money a little bit when we had our pre-conference call. And so with consulting, I charge $100 an hour. I usually only do a few hours of consulting for someone total, and then they kind of go off on their own. If they need me later on down the road, I can come back in and help. If somebody wants advice from me and wants to pick my brain over coffee usually, right? So I'll give them 15, 20 minutes of my time maybe for free. But after that, it becomes consulting. Now, to be honest, sometimes I go over that little mark because I'm a talker. As most of you who have met me in real life know, I like to talk. I like to talk online, I like to talk offline. But that's my general rule where I try to keep it. For being a panelist or a co-host, things like that, or a host, the range varies greatly between different companies that you might work with, or if you're working on your own. I would say the minimum you should accept is $75 for a Twitter party, and that would include 5 to 10 tweets before the party and then tweeting live during the party as well. That is just as a panelist position. So you don't have to come up with the content or anything like that or the timeline for the show. And that can go, 75 is on the low end, up to 300 generally is what I see. That's the range that I see. And I would say 150 to 200 is really the tighter range that I get paid usually. Then if you want to be a host of a party and you want to work directly with the brand and you're going to be in charge of creating the party, creating the timeline, coming up with prizes, finding co-hosts, all those different things, then you need to put that work in, and you can start out at $1,000, you can go up to $10,000. It really just depends on what you're going to put into it. And these numbers are very realistic. You can ask other people who do it. Going back to brands now. Branding, when you work on posts, sponsored posts are, they mean different things. If you're going to do, if somebody contacts you and says, we like this post you did a year ago and we want you to add a link into it, please don't do it. That's just them trying to kind of spam a little bit, and it doesn't do anything for you or your readers. You might make a couple bucks on it, but it's really not worth it. If a brand approaches you and wants you to write about their product or whatever, then you can accept money. And now some people are, reviews shouldn't be paid, reviews are okay to be paid. You can do it however you want. I don't mind being paid for a review, but it's still my honest opinion about it. Or if I'm an ambassador for a brand, it's still always my opinion. I never take work from companies that have products or services that I wouldn't personally endorse. There are sometimes products and services that I may not personally use because I don't have a need for them, but I know other people have a need for them and they really seem like a great idea, and I'm happy to promote those. And I always will, I tend to be a more positive person, so it doesn't mean that I'm all yay, yay, yay for this brand, but I will be positive. And if there's a negative about it, I might say, I don't particularly like this feature of it, or I don't like this taste of it, but my husband really loved it, because everybody is different, and that's okay. If I get a product to try and I really dislike it or have a lot of problems with it, I'll contact the person again and let them know what the problem is, and then we may or may not go forward with it. Then there is the bigger long-term work with brands. And I really like this the best. Microsoft and Verizon are two of the companies I've worked with for many, many years now. And they work on different ways. So Microsoft, the Microsoft Blogger program, so that actual package doesn't pay me any cash, okay? But I've been doing it for years for a couple of reasons. Number one, I am a huge Microsoft fan. Any of you who know me out there know I carry around Microsoft products. I like them. They're my thing. I wear my Microsoft band. But I do get a lot of perks from them. I get a lot of devices. I haven't bought a computer and I can't tell you how long. Things like my band, things like phones and different things. So I get a lot of perks from them, and I've been able to get other work from Microsoft and their PR company that is paid because of the work I've already done with them. So it's worth it to me that the base model of that ambassadorship program isn't paid in cash. I can still make money with them, and it opens a lot of doors for me, and I love it. Some of the ambassador programs are paid, some are not. You have to decide what is the benefit to you if it's not a cash paid program. It doesn't mean you automatically say no. A lot of people go, don't work for free. That's true. If there's nothing you're going to get out of it on your end whatsoever, no, thank you, bye-bye, delete, you know. But if there is some benefit to you, even if it's not cash, decide how much is that benefit worth to you and your time that you're going to put in on this campaign. And will it be worth it for you to go ahead and sign a contract or no contract with them, but go forward with the program knowing you're not going to make cash. The other thing I would say when working with brands is if you are given a pitch and it is for no money, don't be afraid to ask them for some money. If they give you a pitch and it offers a certain dollar amount and you feel you're worth more, reply back to them and say, I think I'm worth more than that. I had one come up recently that was a brand that I like, I trust, and they offered me $500, $600 originally for this entire package that lasted 3 months. That's not enough money for me, for where I'm at and what I can deliver for people. So I replied back and I told them that. I said, $600 is more like my monthly fee for this, so in total it would be $1,800. They took a minute, they replied back and they said, we can't do 18, but we can do 15. I said, good, I was fine with that. What you do, even if it's your hobby or it started out that way, like me, it's now your work. This is what you do for a living. Your influence has value. And what these brands want from you is to share about their product and services out to everyone you know. So there is the value in that. You could easily make $30,000 a year doing this. If you're willing to put in more work and as your numbers grow, you can go up. 50,000 is a number that I know lots of people are making in a year at this. There are some bloggers who make lots more. They will make a living doing this as a full-time job, which is what I do. And I really enjoy it. And I hope I answered some of your questions and gave you some real numbers that helped. Have fun at the conference. And I'm so sorry I missed you guys. And I'm sure it is wonderful because Anne and Sharon are wonderful. Mwah. Bye.